Welcome to Dad's DeFi Spaces, your home of crypto and DeFi market news, analysis, and education. Today, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Solana ETF news, the Mt. Gox FUD, meme investing moving to DeFi, deepfakes and safety, the Hakta crypto coin. Go figure, that a little bit of laughter never hurts. And I'd also like to discuss the growth of the Tauh network and Hamster Kombat and Telegram. But before we begin, I wanted to look at this quote. Warren Buffett, one of the most famous American investors, one of his famous quotes was, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." And I think this exact same quote, which I'm sure many of you have heard, very much applies to the cryptocurrency market. In my early days of investing in crypto, usually if I lost money on a trade, usually that was because I wasn't being patient. I didn't truly believe in the assets I might have been investing in. The volatility scared me. I sold when I should have been buying, and I bought when I should have sold. I was buying into the hype instead of selling into the hype. And a lot of times within the markets, if you just wait, if you just have patience, it grows and it grows and it grows. And that's how we build wealth. That's part of the reason that I always have a portion of my portfolio in DeFi, either with lending a little bit of my assets, or usually for me, liquidity pools. That way my money is always working for me. At the same time, I'm also going to have assets on my hard Tangem wallet, my hard wallet, just stored away. So later in the bull run, we can unload that for our profits. All right, if you're ready, I'd like to go ahead and get into some of the news briefs of the day. These are two new things that came up right before I made this video today that I wanted to look at. One of them being fake Phantom wallet being promoted in the iOS App Store. Some users had their funds drained by downloading a malicious fake Phantom app. Somehow, this app was getting advertised within the Apple Store, and there was at least one guy who suffered close to a $100,000 loss. The Apple Store, the fake Phantom wallet drained their assets by pulling their recovery private keys. So this was already taken off the store. It was added to fraudulent app mimicking, but it was already too late for some folks. So please stay safe out there and be vigilant. Don't trust, verify, and make sure you're not downloading the wrong apps. And sometimes they make these scams look so real. I've been scammed before, and we'll get into that in a later date, but don't put your guard down, especially in this space. Also, last night was the presidential debates, and I heavily agree with this BBC article. Not just that Biden was old sounding and incoherent, but in my opinion, Trump was pretty old sounding too. Now, crypto did not make it into the presidential debate, which was a little bit of a disappointment. I thought it might, but we're just going to have to see what happens with the markets. But over the next few months, I would expect a lot of volatility because they're scared of who's going to really get this job out there. Now, before we get into the actual news I had planned for today, I wanted to do a little bit of market analysis. Bitcoin's market cap right now is sitting just above $2.25 trillion. As you can see on the year, we steadily have gone up all the way from July basically till March, and then we started chopping back and forth between $2 and $3 trillion. Bitcoin dominance, likewise, throughout the whole year has hovered between low 50 percentile range, a little bit lower than that, a little bit higher than that, but we've just been hovering back and forth in the 50 percentile of Bitcoin dominance. Part of the reason why altcoins have as a whole not performed very well. Now, I have some coins that have performed extremely well, but most of them, or not most of them, but many of them did not. Um, so right now, the fear and greed index is sitting at 46, which is neutral. Less than 3 months ago, we were in extreme greed. Probably should have sold a little bit more in my bags back then, but I'm glad that I was able to put a little bit of stables to the side. Some of those are in lending pools right now, and some of those are invested either into liquidity pools that I'm in or hard assets on my Tangem wallet. Um, Moving on to market prices. Right now, the market is bleeding a little bit red. Earlier today, we were slightly green, but at this on the 24-hour, not looking too good across the board. I mean, there's a few greenies here, but not by much. Cardano, Avalanche, and that, and then near Protocol. We're going to use CoinGecko to check out some market prices. Bitcoin is sitting at $60,723. Ethereum at $3,382. Looking at the 24-hour, everything pretty much is red by a few percent. The 7-day, down 3.6%. Well, Bitcoin's down 3.6%. And the 30-day down 9.4%. Now, let's look at the 30-day and see if we have any outliers. Toncoin up 16.9%. Got a little bit of that in my bag. Um, ooh, Near Protocol is looking cruddy on the monthly, around negative 32%. And likewise, Pepe, 17.6%. But you get the idea. We are in a sideways market. It's just kind of chopping around, and I expect it to kind of do the same over the summer. But to get a little bit better idea of where we stand, let's look at the Bitcoin chart. All right. Now, as you can see, we are on the Bitcoin weekly chart. This is taken from earlier today, the screenshot, so don't worry about prices. What I wanted to highlight here, if you look, is how over the last couple of months we have been chopping sideways between 74,000 and approximately $60,000, which is between the 0.3 level and our upper level of our fib retracement. What I also wanted to show you is how you can also use the stochastic RSI to help like seeing how frothy the market is. Now, if you don't understand how to just simply use your RSI, the RSI basically or not just the excuse me, the stochastic RSI shows us momentum in the market. To keep things simple, when the blue line on the chart crosses the orange line, Bitcoin goes up, right? When the orange line crosses the blue line, Bitcoin goes down. So what I tried to do on the chart is mark the last 3 times that there was a stochastic RSI cross right here. And as you can see, we went up for 4 weeks right here, approximately on my birthday, almost January 15th. Sweet. Right here in January. And then right here, we also see a stochastic RSI cross September of 23. At each of those time periods, after or shortly before the cross, price action started moving up. So by looking at this chart, as long as Bitcoin is staying above the 50K range, which is the 0.38, I'm really comfortable with where we are right now. The longer we chop sideways within this red range, the the better the bull market is going to go when we continue on. Um, so, and on that note, I want to make sure that if you're ever looking at the charts, always zoom out. You're going to get a better idea of where the market's moving looking at the weekly, maybe the daily, rather than looking at your hourly charts. It also can lower your stress levels in this market. There's no doubt about that. Next, I wanted to look at Solana, coin that's in my bag. Solana took a huge dump from about May 21st all the way to June 24th, a few days ago. But for the past 4 days, it's been on a tear. The resistance line that I've had on my chart at 126-ish, we bounced heavy off of that on the daily, and we're kind of making our way right towards 160, 165. Now, I do think we might hit some resistance in that area somewhere between 162 and 164. I like to use estimates because I never think that looking at simple technical analysis is exact, but you can use it to kind of influence your decision making. But the bigger question is like, why did Solana have this huge uptick just over the last few days? We had our stochastic RSI cross approximately right here-ish, and then we've been on a tear since then. As long as Solana maintains its position between these two support and resistance, I feel comfortable. But part of the reason that Solana went on this tear is this. A couple days ago, VanEck filed for Solana ETF in the US, and they were claiming to the SEC Solana is a commodity, not a security. Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, screwed Gensler. Actually, no, I don't want to wish any ill will upon anyone. I just do not think that man has been good for the cryptocurrency market. But Solana ETFs, there's going to be a huge demand in the market for Solana. This is going to bring price up. So I hope that this helps the market to grow. The more people that can be brought into the market, whether it's through ETFs, derivatives, or spot, to me, anything like that is a net positive for this space. Moving on to our next story, we're going to talk a little bit more about safety. BitGet released an article that was published on Cointelegraph of crypto losses to deepfakes reaching $25 billion in 2024. Okay. Again, in this space, trust, don't verify. Financial losses related specifically to deepfakes. And these are the videos you see of Elon Musk and Michael Saylor or some other famous entrepreneur saying, hey, send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 2 back. Obviously, that doesn't make any sense at all. Nobody's going to do that. And you're falling for the scam. Trust, don't verify. Why would Michael Saylor be on YouTube offering free Bitcoin to you? It just doesn't make sense. But those financial losses have been going up since 2022. A lot, from a little over $10 billion to $25 billion. Just a huge 245% increase. Please trust, don't verify. Do your own research and be safe out there, guys. In our next article, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Mt. Gox FUD. I've been in this space since a little bit before the beginning or right around the beginning of COVID. Although I didn't fill my bags as much as I did during that huge capitulation event. But many years ago, around 2014, there was a crypto exchange. Well, it was about the only exchange that people could buy crypto in at the time, called Mt. Gox. There was a huge hack on Mt. Gox. Around 140,000 BTC were stolen, and 10 years later, some of those distributions are about to happen. But I want to make you very aware. Everyone thought this was going to be the end of the market this cycle, but now the articles are saying sales could be less than fear. Now, you always got to realize when negative news comes out, there's always going to be players in the market that are going to take advantage of that to either to drop the price or to pump the price to their advantage. If you were an investor that struggles with this volatility, that is why dollar cost averaging is probably one of the best decisions you can make, not financial advice. But we don't know if all those Bitcoin are going to be sold once they get to the people that they should go to. And they're not all going to be distributed or sold at the same time. So, in my humble opinion, right now during this bull run, for the most part, the market will be able to absorb that selling pressure. Our next article for today has to do with meme coins. This is a TechPoint article, and it's actually referring to crypto investing of meme coins in other areas of the world. Now, Bonk, Whiff, and Floki, along with many other meme coins, tanked last week. Some are down 20, 30, 40%. But at that same time period, if you were to do a little bit of research on DeFi Llama, there are many DeFi protocols that have surged 20, 30, and 40% of total value locked of tokens that have been put into those protocols. Are the two related? I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. I've definitely been rolling a little bit of my meme profits into my liquidity pools, into some of the lending protocols I use. Again, not my whole portfolio, 10, 15%, but it's a good way to earn a little bit of extra return on what I'm holding on to. I wanted to be able to offer you all a little bit of bits and giggles today, or just something a little humorous, but I know everyone out there knows Hakta Girls, not something that I really want to focus on, but Hakta Girl crypto token last week soared 13,000%. Actually, the run began last week, but it continued into this week. That's just ridiculous. I might put a $25, a $50 gamble on something like this just because I'm feeling silly that day. But if you're investing like this, I don't want to say you deserve what you get because that would be mean, but you're setting yourself up for heartache. You're setting yourself up for problems. So usually celebrity meme tokens like this, I stay away from those. Although I did put a little bit of money into some political memes. Some of them did good. Some of them held on a little too long. I thought they would pump for the debate. But that's all right. It's a gamble. That's what you're doing. Just be aware of that. Okay. I want to kind of move into our last article for the day, and that is Tonchain. So Tonchain over the last month or so has seen a ridiculous amount of growth. This Crypto Slate article explains how USDT or Tether has seen a $580 million growth on the Tauh blockchain. And whenever stablecoins are moving to a blockchain, that's showing you capital is moving to that blockchain. Now, no one really knows why Tauh is growing on, or excuse me, USDT is growing so much on the Tauh network. But the analyst in this article believes it's literally the interest within this blockchain, the games and the bots that are being put into Tauh, which actually is kind of their roundabout way to go around the Apple App Store. So looking at the Tauh network, I'm wondering, where did all this explosive growth come from? And that explosive growth is coming from these bot games that they're building on the Tauh network. One of those, which I'm very interested in right now, is Hamster Kombat. And I'm going to leave a link to their Telegram channel and an invite if you would like to use it. It will help support the channel. If you would like to participate in the Hamster Kombat airdrop, because all you got to do is play a game and you might get yourself some free tokens, which I think is awesome. So Hamster Kombat is a tap, tap, earn game. You basically tap, 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 and you use the coins you collect to purchase mining equipment, technical support and marketing for your exchange, coins to sell, etc. And as you implement more power-ups, the Hamster CEO begins to earn more coins per hour. Now, from what I understand on X, they're going to be looking at how many coins is your account producing, or your CEO, your hamster, is producing per hour. And you do that by getting coins and then spending those coins on power-ups. So I would love for you all to use my referral link if you so choose. It will be legitimate, so you don't have to worry about scam links. And if not, that's okay too. You can find it within Telegram. And I wanted to show a little bit of what the app looks like and the gameplay before the end of the stream today. Now, this is what the front interface looks like. You can see my CEO, and I'm giving him a few taps to earn a little bit of money. You do this every day, and then you can also move into the daily cipher by power-ups, etc. We're now in mining, where I can do upgrades on my marketing team, my CEO, my tokens. You can do this within legal. You can do this within all the different things that a cryptocurrency company would need to be successful. What you're seeing right now is I'm just adding and spending the money and buying different power-ups. Some are temporary, some are permanent. Now, after we finish with buying all these power-ups, so I can hopefully qualify for a bigger airdrop, this is where you can invite friends. This is how you can earn some more coins. You follow them on X, follow their Telegram, watch their daily YouTube videos. And then this very last section will show you kind of the airdrop requirements. I appreciate each and every one of you today. Please like and subscribe. All the links for every article and anything you may need is located in the description. Until next time, peace.